Good morning. Do you remember like in 2018 and 2019, I would get on Instagram stories and do my makeup every single day, and I would have like a million little like tabs going along my stories because they were so long, but it was super detailed and it was kind of fun. Well, I'm going to bring that back today because I kind of miss it, and I just want to do a casual like sit down, catch up with y'all and go over a few products that I really like in the meantime. But yeah, just a little less tutorial-ish. Well, there's always going to be tips and tutorials, but a little more conversational. And trying the Bliss sunscreen. It's got a little bit of a tint to it, but in all honesty, you do really have to buff it into the skin. Buff it into the skin. Oh my God, can you tell I like edit all day and night every day? Buff it into the skin because it does still give you a little white cast, but it's a mineral sunscreen and it's really nice. And this tiny size is $6 at Target. Okay, now I'm taking my Got To Be Glued gel with my NYX micro brow pencil spoolie, and I'm pushing the gel in the opposite direction of the hair, and then I'm gonna let that get a little tacky just like this, and then I'm gonna comb it into place. So I'm gonna give this a few seconds here, but this is for millennials and millennials only. I am addicted to podcasts, specifically the one by Stephen and Kristin Cavallari from Laguna Beach. They like are watching the episodes in order and then recapping them. It is so good. It totally takes me back to 2005. Well, the show actually launched in 2004, but like I graduated in 2005. So yeah, it takes me back to that time period where it just was so, I don't know, it was just a different time. It was so good. I run errands today, so I want to go for like a kind of like dewy luminous look. So I'm gonna grab the new Huda concealer. I did a full review on this and I really like it. If you want to kind of keep your makeup lightweight, but you still really want a carved, clean looking brow, go for a dewy concealer. And then I use this to clean up my brows. It still looks like skin. And I just put the dot of concealer right underneath the brow hair. And then I use this little brush to like inch it up to clean that line before I even fill it in with like a pencil. Also, I take whatever concealer is left on that flat brush, and then I just use that to clean up the center, and then slightly take the concealer over the brow, but I don't want this to be overly like clean or harsh, so I keep it around the brow, but I'm not taking it literally like right up against the brow line. I also need to get my roots done. I go every 2 to 3 weeks to Madison Reed and get my roots dyed. I used to do my own roots at home, and so we bought a house in 2020, moved in 2021, and it's being renovated still. Like it just never ends. Everyone's like, oh, how's your house? I'm like, to me in my head, I can't fully settle into it until it's like done. So I have a hard time with it, but everything's white for the most part. And the bathroom is totally white. Like it's just, I mean, the amount of makeup I wear, I should not have been allowed to have a white bathroom. But I tried to dye my roots in shortly after we moved in that bathroom. And I just was so nervous about getting pitch black hair dye everywhere. So I was like, oh my God. So I just started going to Madison Reed, and it's been nice. I can like sit there and work on my laptop while they do my roots, and the girls are really sweet, and it's kind of like a little me time because I have to sit there for 45 minutes to dye all this. I'm taking my micro brow pencil and filling in these patches, but I'm just using really light hand to create density without too much depth. Okay, so what else is new? I've been trying to churn out as much content as I can. I truly, truly love it. This is like exactly what I was put on earth to do, and I'm so blessed to be able to do it. But I've been feeling like I want to incorporate some home things, a little fashion here and there, even though our home's not totally done yet, like just to show you like little things that I have done so far. And then some fashion and some cute like Amazon finds. I just don't know if that's what you want to see, if you just want me to literally just stick to makeup and skincare. Let me know if you guys want me to change it up or just stay in my lane. Okay, now going in with my Exa color corrector. This stuff is incredibly pigmented, so you really don't need much. I think a lot of times it's very intimidating to watch someone blend out their color corrector because it looks like they just sheared out a ton of orange, but really anywhere you have hyperpigmentation, darkness, a acne scar that just hasn't quite faded yet, just add a little bit there. And then I love this triangle brush because it fits beautifully right into this little pocket right here, and just tap it out and keep it really close to where the hyperpigmentation is. Like sometimes even me, I have a tendency to like buff it out, and it kind of gives me an orange veil everywhere that I don't have darkness. To just keep it really tight is kind of always the best game plan. Just keep it really tight to where you have that darkness. Tap it out. Now you're still gonna see some of that darkness peek through. It's not totally covered, but you just want a veil, like a blanket of orange, because we're gonna go over it with other products. Now we've got our orange on. I'm gonna grab a facial spray. There are so many different ones. I've had a few different videos on this, but basically there's some that really mattify your makeup, lock it in. There's some that hydrate, like re-energize your makeup, kind of give it a new breath of life. And then there's some that make it just really sticky or glowy. So find the right setting spray for you. This one is vitamin C, but really this is like so sticky and good. So just like, look at this. So you don't see a lot of it sitting on the surface of the skin, but it immediately like soaks into my moisturizer and my sunscreen, and it just is like the perfect consistency to grab onto whatever I put on top of it. So now I'm gonna grab a luminous concealer and then tap that out over the orange. So grabbing this Real Techniques setting brush and pushing that out over the orange. So really you're just concealing the orange, and it's okay if some of that orange color corrector peeks through. We're gonna add other products like other foundations and CC creams or foundation powders. Pretty much this is not your final step, so it's okay if that orange peeks through. We're just still focusing on neutralizing grayness. And I know this seems like a lot of steps, but if you use tiny amounts of product in a strategic, intentional way, that's gonna take you so much further than using one product and then like smearing it out all over your face. Like that's not really gonna serve you. So sometimes I get comments, they're like, oh, this is too many steps or too many products. Like I rather use just a few. I find a one hit wonder. I have a foundation powder, which is gonna give us more amped up coverage than a traditional sheer powder. And I'm gonna grab a little brush. I've been really into these brushes. I'll link this for you. And grabbing my foundation powder just like this, and I'm gonna tap it out over the edges of the face, and you're just gonna see what a light veil of this foundation powder will do for your skin. Like it just covers it, but it's not like a mask. And I've got that really hard to cover scar there, so I'm gonna tap some extra powder out over that. But just look at how pretty this is. A little bit of this powder goes such a long way. This powder won a ton of awards, and you guys know that I'm like a MAC girl through and through. I just think whatever's popular now, I'm like, MAC did that 20 years ago, but okay. But this foundation powder could rival the Studio Fix powder. It's so good. Inside of the face powdered. Just look at how pretty that is. And then this is without the powder. So this is a little bit of a deeper shade. Probably could bump up to like a shade lighter, but just look at the finish, like it's so good. Set the under eye area. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my Huda Beauty powder. I love this stuff, and I'm going to work it out the palm of my hand because it distributes the powder evenly onto that puff, and I'm just going to lightly set the under eye. So I'm gonna push that into the skin. Well, yeah, I would have gone in with like another concealer to brighten and then set that, but I just want a very, very like casual look today. So I don't want to be overly highlighted, overly contoured. I just want the face to be set. This is going to be a good routine for someone like not so glam, like that just wants a good face routine. This is such a good one. This ensures your face is even, you just look polished. Okay, I have the Made for Shade Trio by Patrick Starr, and I'm gonna grab this gray color. Now, it doesn't look that dark here. When you put it on, let me tell you, it is so pigmented. If there were eyeshadow formulas like this, they would outsell everything on the market. I'm gonna lightly add a little contour to the outer edge. Just like that. I want a little definition so I don't look just like, I don't know, a round peanut butter ball, but I don't want to overly do it. Add a little to the nose. Okay, highlighter, we're gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty highlighter. I'm gonna take a tiny bit and then just add it here and here, here, probably through the brow. And then with my finger, I'll buff it into the skin just like that. Work my way up to the under eye. Because it's slipping on over that Huda Beauty loose powder, it's not catching and it's not patchy. It just looks like luminous glow. Okay, back in with this powder trio because I want to take this color and then push it through the crease. Look at that. That is more pigmented than several of the shadows in the market today. Like back in the day, MAC was the standard for shadows, and I do still like them, but there's so many other brands and formulas that have been developed since MAC was like the reigning queen of makeup. So I'm not easily impressed by a lot of things, and this is incredibly pigmented. Just look at, like, it's so simple. I just like through the crease. I just want a little color, maybe add some to the lower lash line. I'm not being very strategic about it. I just want a wash of color, and we're done. Okay, for mascara, let's go with the Maybelline Sky High. This wand is so good. It's small, it doesn't make a mess, it coats every lash, it's not clumpy because the tiny little rubbery spikes just don't grab onto like excess amount. And I could probably build and build and build, but I just need the lashes coated. Add a little to the bottom. Now for lip, you guys know that I always use like a million different lip products, but today I'm just gonna go in with the Milani Tied Up Lip Balm. This color is so pretty, and it just gives us a little color on the lip. I naturally just have like a grayer lip, and this helps kind of conceal that without being a totally opaque lipstick. I feel like I need a little bit of a blush on, so this is a little cute blush palette from Laura Lee Los Angeles, and I'm taking a little bit of this color and then I tap it out on a napkin, and I'm just gonna add it to the cheek. And I feel like it's a good blend between the lip color and the one I have in my crease, so it's all cohesive. This is probably the most natural look you'll ever see me do, but this is kind of what I do like when I'm not filming, when I don't have to go anywhere like super glam, not making content, and I just need something on. This is also a very large Hot Tools curling iron that I'm using just to add subtle curls into the hair, like soft and bouncy. I've done an entire tutorial using this because I think this does really give you a beautiful like 90s bouncy blowout look. They definitely don't, curling iron curls don't stay for me the same way flat iron curls do. That's just the truth, but the size of this barrel for like a day or just a night gets the job done. Like you immediately brush it out and it's just like soft and bouncy. Okay, if you're like me and you struggle with flyaways, what I like to do is just take a bristled brush and then comb through that top layer, and then grab my curling iron and I just use the barrel and I go directly on top of the hair to like soothe it. And this curling iron is not super hot. And I kind of comb that down just to like give them a sense of direction. That helps a little bit. And then we'll go in with a product and it's just this like little hair wax. This is on my Amazon 20 under 20 list, which I will link for you guys as well. Just like products that I swear by that are under $20. And it's like a giant glamorous glue stick for your flyaway. So you just like seal all of that down, kind of give it a little push, and then we'll spray it. There's a couple flyaways here. I'm also under like extreme lighting, so you're gonna see like every little thing. But if that does bug you, then just grab some spray glue and we're gonna lightly spray the top brush and then just kind of push all of that down. But you wanna be careful because you don't wanna flatten the hair and like rob yourself of all of the root volume. All right, this is my Your Skin But Better look. It's literally so minimal, so lightweight, just a concealer. Literally, it's just concealer and like foundation powder. Let me know if you guys are cool with me kind of doing other things outside of makeup, like a little fashion, a little home, a little lifestyle. I want to incorporate that, but you guys are, you guys are my people. So if you just want to see makeup, I'm good with that too. And I'll see you next time. Oh, also, if you are watching the Laguna Beach podcast, which I'll share like something from their social here so you can find it, let me know. We have to talk about all of it.